Thank you for what you do. And it's just, I kind of started the program not thinking I would change a lot. Um, I've run and biked and did triathlons and done that all my life. And I've sort of weighed about the same my whole life. So, not knowing what was going to happen, we started off the program and we had different goals, but mine was to put on muscle and I quit sugar. So that was a huge deal for me. But so after about 60 days, Justin was my coach. He did a fantastic job. He was a great encourager. But so the numbers were good, but they were just staying about the same. They weren't moving a lot. None of it was. My weight was about the same. The fat, the intercellular water was about the same. And then after we just finished our 88 days, January 2nd. And what's really cool is what happened at the end. What happened at the end was I took an in-body scan. I'd taken three and just keeping track of all the numbers. And the first two, nothing really, like I said, nothing really changed that much. But this one, I called Justin. I said, boom. I said, guess what happened? It was crazy what happened. My intercellular water went up 4 points, went from 57 to 61, almost 62. Uh, the the skeletal mass went from 69.9 to 74.1. And then my body fat went from 12.5 from November 20th to January 2nd, went to 7.6 body fat. So
Wow.
that's down a lot. And then also my visceral went from 3 to 1.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Tell them how old you are.
Oh, I was going to say that I want to encourage all the guys who are 70. I'm 70. So all my joints, I mean, it was really obvious toward the end, my joints just loosened up and I'm real active. I've always ridden my bike. I play a lot of golf. So I know my body and all the joints, I felt like a kid. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding at all. My joints were loose. They felt real flexible and I felt like I could really move. And it's just been a great deal. The inflammation's way gone. And so it's been a great thing for us, for me, especially. It's been really great. Vickie too. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Wow, that's huge.
Okay. So Bill, a couple quick things, because this is going to help a lot of people, in the 60 and over, especially age category. And really, yeah, Bill, I would love to do an interview with you for men, because you actually documented something really profound. How many of you guys in the chat, real quick, have ever heard me say, trust the science. In the end, science wins. In the end, science wins. How many of you guys in the chat, you've heard me say, look, just trust the science, stay steady. In the end, science wins. Mm-hmm. And Bill, I don't know if I've ever heard a more dramatic testimony. The fact that you went basically 8 weeks with nothing happening. I so admire your tenacity and your perseverance that you didn't quit. 99% of people, Bill, if they did something for 8 weeks, they would quit. They would stop. But you trusted the process. You trusted the science. And then boom, boom. In 4 weeks, those are, that's an 88-day result for real. Like for hydration to go up that much, for muscle to go up that much, that's like an 88-day result. But for whatever reason, maybe actually because of your lifetime of athleticism, that's why it took you longer, because your body was resistant. Like, well, I'm not really going to change because I'm good. And good is always the enemy of great and of best. But by trusting the science and staying steady for that full 88, you got the boom at the end. I mean, that inspires me for real. And I hope
it's just kind of, Justin and I are pretty good friends now, and he's been a great coach. And we had a lot of talks about, hey, stick with it. Yeah, I'm going to. And I was so excited in the end because I felt better. I felt a lot better. And then when I saw those numbers, I got excited about it because, I mean, everything went up, and good. Everything went good to great. So
yeah,
I'm going to keep doing it.
I love how excited Vickie is too. She's like, yep, tell me your visceral
fat.
Yep, tell me how old you are. Tell me how old you are.
Well, he drank Coke. He drank Cokes every day for like 40 years.
Oh,
no kidding.
Wow.
And I haven't had a Coke since. I haven't had a Coke since I started the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you're, that's amazing. Really, it is. No, the congratulations on that, because there's a lot of people that just becomes a lifelong habit for them, and it's really hard to kick. But congratulations for doing that.
Oh.
Your body is definitely thanking you.
Okay, well, just a
It
second.
is.
So we got to stop there for a minute. So Bill, what was it? What was your motivation? Because that's huge. That's like, that's like someone breaking a cocaine habit or coke habit.
It is.
What was your
Yeah.
What was your motivation to actually stick with it and give that up?
Well, I would tell you this. I have not stopped since the 1970s, running, work, real active. And I started getting these inflammations in my body. And I didn't feel it till I got about 69. And I play competitive golf. I'm just really, real active. And I noticed that I got injuries and they wouldn't go away. They were inflammatory injuries. And that was a big deal. And they're gone. I mean, they are almost completely gone now. So that's what really motivated me. And plus my intercellular health. I know I feel so much better. And so my skin feels much better too.
Yeah, his skin looks great.
Oh, you look
So, yeah.
amazing.
So that was it. I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Both of you guys look
great.
amazing.
Well, congratulations, brother. That's inspirational. Vickie, what's your story, girl?
Okay. Oh my gosh. I was a long distance runner when I was younger also, but I had a knee replacement on my right knee 4 years ago. When I had the knee replacement, it was during COVID. They put a straight brace on my leg the first 24 hours. So I developed scar tissue. So I had to have manipulation afterwards so my knee would bend. So I've had a lot of nerve pain and everything. Anyway, but prior to starting this, I kept hearing you talking about intercellular hydration. I thought that is so interesting. So I just said to Bill one day, because I was getting where I could hardly get out of a chair. I was barely walking then. When I would go out for a walk, I'd have a lot of hip pain. So I told Bill, I said, I'd like to check into that. So we set up a call. And within 10 days, I took a trip by myself to Dallas to see our grandkids. And I was getting out of the car and didn't have any stiffness. I was only 10 days in.
Wow.
I was determined to drink my water on the way back. I stopped 7 times to go to the bathroom. But and then I had cataract surgery September and October. So it kind of slowed me down on the activity part. But I am doing an hour shuffle. I love it. I felt I would kind of got to a place. We've always been pretty active, and I'm a pretty avid flower gardener. And so I was getting my energy exercise to that. But anyway, I just feel like I have a desire to get old, because if I can't be active, I don't want to be old. I don't want to get old. And luckily, fortunately, neither one of us are on any medications. So we came into it fairly healthy, but I was eating so much sugar. And John, when you sent out both of you sent out that video on the last day saying you can have whatever you want. And, it's during Christmas. Not very many people can identify with this, but I love eggnog. And I had not bought any eggnog. So I could chug a quart of eggnog. So I bought eggnog and I started putting it in my coffee and everything. But last week, I want to shout out to Amy and Justin. That last week they filled in for you.
Yeah.
And so I'd kind of inching back up on the eggnog because it's so good. And I was like, let's just put some in my coffee. Just, thinking I'm doing okay. And they talked about that, how you think you're doing okay, but it's what it's doing on the inside. And then talking about also the importance of doing your heart rate. But fortunately, we have a reformer, and that's been great because we've had really cold temperatures. But we are lifetimers. I'm going to do another one because, off scale, I had a big mole on my back that was probably about an inch long, 1/4 inch wide. Well, now I was taking a shower and it just peeled off.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so I want to do it. I want to get my hydration up, but let me give you my number so you can get on with the others. But I lost 17 pounds. My body water change was 3.2. My skeletal muscle was 2.7. Shape shift was 19.95 inches. Body fat was down 4.6. My visceral was down 3. And my BMI is down 3. And my metabolic age is down 5. So I'll take that. Anyway, and I love you guys. I just nights ago, I go, I'm so glad we found this. I was like, no, God led us to it. It's just been a godsend. So
Yeah.
thank you.